Welcome to Adalis Backyard Garden. In this video, we will explore some of the things that you could do as summer care for your curry leaf plants, harvesting tips, especially for beginners, and also we talk about the fertilizing that we do for our curry leaf plants to keep it healthy. Here in Zone 8A, the summers are pretty hot, and so we make sure that the curry leaf plant receives half-day sun. We also make sure that it is well watered, especially since they are in containers. We had pruned all of these plants by mid-March, and by April 24th you can see that it has put out a lot of new branches. Even though the curry leaf plant is a tropical plant and it loves sun, the sun in summer in this region can be too harsh for them, and so using a shade cloth, if you cannot move your containers to a part shaded region, is a good idea. Now by July 25th, that is after 3 months, you can see the progress this plant has made. It is lush green and it has also put out a lot of new branches. Baby saplings are also doing great. We have a drip system here for our plants and we water our plants once a day. Another thing that you could do to make sure that your plants are healthy is to check for any kind of pests in your plants. You may want to check for discoloration in the leaves of your plants. Also, if there are ants running up and down the stem of your plants. Ants can be an indicator for any kind of pest infestation. So watch out if you see a lot of ants in your plants. One of our curry leaf plant had a scale infestation when the weather was hot and humid, and this is the plant that had that problem. And what we did is we wiped it down with a wet tissue. We wiped down the scale infestation completely. And then this is how the scales look. This is just a picture. I unfortunately couldn't take a picture when there was that infestation on my plant. The second step is to use some duct tape to tape around the stem of the plant. We use the sticky side towards the outside. This deters the ants from going up the stem. Ants have a symbiotic relationship with the scales. They consume the sugary secretion that the scales produce. They also help the scales by taking them to different parts of the same plant or taking them to a different plant, and thereby they increase the infestation of these scales. The scales also are being helped by the ants because they take care of the excess sugary secretion. This secretion also can carry some fungal infections. Third thing we do is to apply a neem oil solution, 1 tablespoon for 1 gallon of water, and we do this regularly. After a few days of spraying, the scale infestation was under control. We also focus on fertilizing our plants regularly so that they are healthy and so they attract less number of pests. You can see that we are using a 5-1-1 fertilizer right here. This is a high nitrogen liquid fertilizer. I just eyeball a little quantity, and this is what I'll be using for 2 or 3 plants. I fill it up with water, and you can see how we fertilize our plants. I was not fertilizing my plants last year with liquid fertilizer unless I saw an issue or some nitrogen deficiency. This year I have regularly fertilized all my plants. I fertilize these plants at an interval of 15 days to a month's time. Curry leaf plants love a high nitrogen fertilizer. The fertilizer that I'm using is not a very high nitrogen amount. If you are using something higher than this, make sure that you don't overdo them, because if you add too much of nitrogen, the leaves will turn yellow. So you need to be careful with how much you apply. With good nutrition, you can see that the stems are very thick and the leaves are also long and dark green in color. One of the questions that some of my friends who have just started to garden ask me is when to start harvesting the leaves of the curry leaf plant. Now, if the curry leaf plant is this tiny, I would not harvest the leaves of this plant and I would wait for this to grow for at least a year or so. Even this plant, it's just too small to harvest the leaves. And if you keep harvesting the leaves from smaller plants, you stun the growth of the plant. If you're somebody who uses very few curry leaves for cooking in a week, then you could just harvest the way I'm harvesting right now. But what I would do is stick to one branch, and when you're done with the entire branch, you prune the branch. Otherwise, there is no chance of new branches coming out of that particular stem, and you just leave a skeleton on, and it doesn't help in any way. I use a lot of curry leaf for my cooking, and so I maintain multiple plants. What I do is I harvest the leaves from one plant for a month or so, and then I move to the next plant. So it allows the first plant to grow back whatever I have harvested. Now, curry leaf plants grow very slowly compared to plants like tomatoes, gourds, or eggplants, and so we cannot vigorously harvest the plants. Now, this is the second method of harvesting. If you are using a lot of curry leaf like me, you may just want to cut the top off and then leave this stem in a vase. I leave this vase on my kitchen counter where there's no sun, and this will stay fresh for at least a week. You can see how new branches come out of the harvested stems, and this enables us to have a very bushy plant. With regular maintenance and care, this is a very easy plant to grow. Hope you like this video, and here is our lemon cucumber that we harvested. This is the inside of the lemon cucumber. This is how it looks. If you like these kind of videos, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.